Happy Jimmy Buffett Friday, everyone. And it's not just any regular Jimmy Buffett Friday. Randy, we're on the road today.
That's right. We are broadcasting live from the Gelsons in Century City at the Westfield Shopping Center. You can come on down and meet us today. We're here noon to 3 right off of Century Park West and Santa Monica Boulevard. Park in the parking lot. And here you are at the Gelsons Wine Bar. We've already got a huge crowd, but, John, we can't get into that just yet.
No, the chief parrot head himself, Mr. Jimmy Buffett, has to sing the national anthem.
And now to honor America, please welcome popular entertainer Jimmy Buffett, who will lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Get middays right with John Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get it right now.
Johnny don't like the teacher. Johnny don't like the school. One day Johnny gonna do something. Show him he's nobody's fool. Oh, yeah.
And a very happy Friday to you at 12:07 in the West. Talk Radio 790 KABC, The John Phillips Show, broadcasting live from the Morongo Casino Resort and Spa Living Room Studios, which today, Randy, is at the Century City Mall.
That's right. We are broadcasting live from the Century City Gelsons inside the Westfield Shopping Center. We're in the middle of the wine bar out on the patio. Got a huge crowd here already, but please come on down and see us. We'll be here noon to 3. Go inside, have lunch. Tony will take care of you, get you a great flight, get you an incredible beer. They've got a good selection. I like grapefruit sculpin. The wine tasting is going to be great. They've got burgers. They've got poke nachos. What I didn't know when I walked in here, it's also a whole sushi bar. So come on down and have lunch today. We're going to have a great time.
And if you want to make sure you find us, we're sitting outside the wine bar like Bartles and James. When is it that grocery shopping became elegant like this?
Well, this is a luxury experience. You're at the Century City Mall, and you can do so. Here's how great this is. You can go to the wine bar at Gelsons. You can order your wine. You can hand someone your grocery list. They'll do all the shopping for you, and you just sip and enjoy yourself.
But I remember as a child, you go to the grocery store. You have a guy sitting at a card table with a ponytail trying to get you to sign something to legalize some kind of drug. You got the Girl Scout selling the cookies. You've got the coin-operated rocket ship that you can ride. And now it's like the Four Seasons.
It is for someone that likes food as much as me, I really appreciate how much care and effort is put into a nice market to buy your food.
But isn't it dangerous, though, to have a wine bar at the grocery store? Because if I got loaded at the grocery store, there wouldn't be anything in my cart that didn't have Little Debbie's name on it.
I think that's what they're encouraging, the impulse buying. You really decide to go for it. I'm going to get that aged cut beef.
All right. As we said, we'll be here all the way until 3 o'clock in the afternoon today. We have a wonderful crowd out here. Hello, everyone.
Those are people that brave the 405 freeway and Santa Monica Boulevard to get here, and we're so proud of them because it's a perfect day to be here. It's finally not hot, and we're in the middle of where it's not hot and not cold.
That's right. And with a nice-sized crowd like this, there's always someone to watch your back, given the fact that George Gascon's the DA.
We're going to make sure that it's a nice, secure experience here, even though we live in L.A. County.
Absolutely. 800-222-KABC is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. We have some wonderful guests who are going to be joining us here in person, including the two news anchors that you watch every night on Fox 11. Marla Tejas and Alex Michelson will be here.
That's right, and it's not just because Fox 11's down the street.
That's true. They are. And, back in the old days when Jerry Dunphy was doing the news anchors used to go to the wine bars and get loaded between the news at 6 and the news at 11.
Oh, yeah. Anyone that worked at CBS Radford, there's all those bars in Studio City. So you do the 6 o'clock news, then you do happy hour, then you do dinner, then you do the late happy hour, and then you do the 11 o'clock news.
That's right. That's why Ann Martin always looked so happy. She was blowing a point, too. So they're going to be here. State Senator Gloria Romero and her daughter Soledad, who's an activist over in Venice, they're going to be here as well.
Oh, wow. Got a whole bunch of people coming out.
Oh, yeah. They're about 5 miles away, about 2 hours away. So they'll be here as well. All right. We spent a lot of time on this particular program talking about the crime wave that has hit the state of California. One of the things that the government is doing right now to try to prevent this crime wave from infecting our cities is to spend more money to try to stop crime before it happens.
That's right. We need more of these retail crime task forces to take down all of these people that are smashing and grabbing in mall establishments like the one we're in.
So Sacramento said, all right, here's the deal. We have grant money available to cities that have been experiencing crime. All you have to do is fill out this form. All of us have to fill out a form every time we go to the dentist or every time we do anything. We're used to doing that. You have to fill out this form by this date, and if you fill out the form by the date, then you get the money.
Otherwise, they don't know that you need the money. Maybe you're in a tiny little community that doesn't have crime.
Like Mayberry. So, big cities across the state, they filled out the form, they turned it in, they're getting their money, with the exception of one city who got mistaken on when the date was, and they didn't get the form in on time, and they get nothing.
I wonder what city that could be, John.
Hopefully it's a city with no crime.
No. It's a city with more crime than any other city in the state of California right now. It's been described as...
It's Wild Wild West out here.
It's the city of Oakland.
And they get no money because they didn't get the form in on time.
The state wants to help them, give them the resources. They're drastically understaffed with their police department. 911 doesn't work. They can get money to fix those things, and they didn't fill out the form.
Can you imagine? 911 has not been working consistently in the city of Oakland for months. What are children supposed to call and hang up on now?
Maybe they can call the non-emergency line.
That's true.
Get a social worker that they can play pranks on.
All right, Randy, we have more details on this.
For more, here, let's go to KPIX in the Bay Area.
Seems like every city in California has begged for help with what we're about to talk about. And in the Bay Area, this is out of control. Retail theft. Business owners have told us they feel helpless. Police departments have said they want to do more to stop it. The thing is, that costs money that cities and police departments mainly don't have. But the state finally said, we got this. We can help. They're dishing out.
You know how much Gavin likes to spend money.
Yeah, it's like since Bob Barker died, someone's got to do it.
They're dishing out $267 million to communities and law enforcement agencies. And cities big and small jumped at the chance, like San Francisco.
By the way, they just touted a stat with the CHP. Over the last 6 years, we've recovered $25 million in stolen goods. But it cost $260 million to do it.
Something doesn't add up.
And cities big and small jumped at the chance, like San Francisco, where this just happened. Police say someone smashed their car into the front of the CVS on Portola Drive. Would-be thieves, they said, who didn't make off with anything. But the cops...
Well, that could have just been a drunk driver.
That's true.
But the cops, SFPD, just
Nick
got
Nolte.
more than $15 million from the state to try and keep things like that from happening. And the LAPD is expected to get about the same amount, and they have the same problems. Thieves plowed one car right through the front of this smoke shop and left in another with stolen loot. Small cities got money, too.
I like that we're using the term loot again.
It's like the old days when the pirates were stealing everything in the Caribbean.
Well, and now we actually have pirates in Oakland.
Small cities got money too, like Coalinga. Less than 18,000 people live there. Delano's police department, they got money. They're a small city north of Bakersfield. Do you know what city didn't get a dime? Oakland.
How do you not turn the paperwork in on time?
And it's all because they missed the deadline to apply for the money. And Andrea Nakano reports some of the city's critics say this one is embarrassing.
Are there any Oakland stories that aren't embarrassing?
Let's see. They blew up a basketball court on the 4th of July.
They shot up the football field.
They had one smoke shop that got robbed 11 times.
They've had a 7-Eleven that got robbed 3 times in a month.
If the cashier is dummy.
Here at the community garden in West Oakland, Seneca Scott started a grassroots movement to bring safety back to the town. He founded Neighbors Together Oakland. When he heard that Oakland missed out on millions of dollars to combat retail theft, he was extremely disappointed.
Everyone else turned in their homework on time. And when it gets to Oakland, the excuse is metaphorically the dog ate our homework.
He's not wrong.
Reminds me of high school.
Everyone else turned in their homework on time. And when it gets to Oakland, the excuse is metaphorically the dog ate our homework.
The city of Oakland missed a July 7th deadline, saying the Economic and Workforce Development Department failed to submit documents in time.
It's no joking matter. We're in a very, very dangerous and precarious time for Oakland neighbors and businesses. Public safety is far and away the #1 issue. And to miss something that would bring millions of dollars at a time when we have a budget deficit of over $300 million, this is an inexcusable missed opportunity.
And they're about to have a bigger budget deficit once the A's leave.
Well, what could have been more important than filling out that form?
Oh, probably the mayor blaming the police commission why they still don't have a police chief for the past 8 months. That little fight that's going on.
In a statement, the city says obviously this outcome is unacceptable. The city and department are reviewing.
Is anyone going to get fired over it?
No, of course not.
The city and department are reviewing everything that happened to ensure it does not happen again and will take appropriate action.
Do mopping.
This news comes as many business owners like Ravi Kakar have been left frustrated by the increase in crime. His 7-Eleven store was hit twice just last month.
It's a humble request to the City of Oakland council members, Oakland City Mayor, please do something. Please take a strong action.
This poor guy.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine owning and operating a 7-Eleven in Oakland right now with the 911 system not working?
Just rebrand the store to Sitting Duck.
Isn't there something safer you could do, like go to Fallujah?
Other business owners like Dottie Moore, the co-owner of Everett and Jones Barbecue, is trying to remain hopeful and that maybe funding will come from other sources.
Business is down quite a bit because of the crime. But again, all roads lead back to just trying to stay optimistic.
It's getting so bad that there are some high-end restaurants that people won't go because they know their cars get broken into. So the restaurants are hiring private security just to patrol the parking lots.
Well, again, the situation right now in Oakland is so bad. The Raiders left town and crime went up.
But for Scott, he's running out of patience. He says city leaders and not just the Economic Workforce Development Department need to be held accountable.
This is an inexcusable missed opportunity, and it's going to be very telling to watch City Council and how they take accountability for basically not doing their job that we need them to do right now.
Well, we know that in California, the word accountability means nothing.
That's right, specifically.
So speaking of accountability, we reached out to Mayor Sheng Tao's office this afternoon for her reaction to ask if she takes any responsibility for this. We also wanted to ask specific questions about the application process, what they did, what they didn't do. So far, no word back.
No accountability.
No. And don't expect it anytime soon. If you're the mayor, how do you give an interview with the local TV station and explain why you forgot to fill out the form?
Well, the problem is they're not even going to have enough time to get to that because of the 10 other problems that they're dealing with.
No, what's the excuse? We didn't have a number 2 pencil?
We forgot to call.
All right. It is 12:20 in the afternoon. We are broadcasting live from the Gelsons in Century City. We've got a nice crowd out here. We've got great weather. We've got the most perfect location, too. And I'm not even talking about being by the freeway. When I say perfect location, I mean right next to See's Candy. What else could you ask for?
We're in a fantastic spot. Come on down and have lunch with us. There's plenty of seating inside the bar. We got a bunch of people standing out here as well. There's so many cameras on me, I feel like I'm getting beaten at a McDonald's. But go on. The burger is incredible. I might get the poke nachos later, although Tony, the bartender, sold me on. He says the sushi is next level. It is fantastic. And it's Friday. It's Jimmy Buffett Friday, so let's get a drink, everybody. Grab a beer, get a tasting of wine. They've got some great California Pinot Noir. Enjoy yourself. $2 off beer flights, $2 off wine flights. They get some great specials in there. So let's enjoy ourselves on this Jimmy Buffett Friday at the Gelsons in Century City at the Westfield Shopping Center.
Absolutely. It's 12:21 in the afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at KABC Dependable Traffic. It's 12:26 on the John Phillips Show, Talk Radio 790 KABC. Broadcasting live from the Gelsons in Century City. We're at 10250 Santa Monica Boulevard at the Westfield Mall.
That's right, Santa Monica Boulevard in Century Park West. There's plenty of parking inside the structure, and you get the first hour free regardless, but you spend $10 inside Gelsons, you get the next 2 hours free, which is perfect for a 3-hour radio show.
And if you'd like to email the show, you can do so at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. That's johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. And Randy, with the weekend on the horizon, if you want to go back and listen to one of the shows from earlier in the week, possibly Monday or any of the other days, you can do that.
That's right. Go to KABC.com, click on podcasts, or go to the Apple Podcast app, iHeart, Spotify, search for The John Phillips Show, hit subscribe. You can search for The John Phillips Show on YouTube as well. Subscribe to the playlist there. It is so easy to do. Anybody can figure out how to download the podcast to this show, including Barbara Ferrer. You know how to download the podcast, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, she can't do it, but I bet you can.
And maybe you can help her, too, because I think she would benefit from listening to this show. What do you think?
Thank you.
All right, Randy, what do you say we make a couple of listeners very happy?
With what? We don't have a giveaway.
Oh, we don't? Well, then never mind.
We're making a whole bunch of listeners really happy because we're here live. Come on down and take a picture with us. Make sure you grab some lunch, grab a drink. It is a beautiful Friday. It's a Jimmy Buffett Friday.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't Clark the Shark give away a dash cam during the break?
Well, yes. We've got our own MC giving away prizes and all kinds of things during the break. So even more reasons to come on down here and stop on and say hi.
Who won the camera? Was that Jeffrey Toobin?
I sure hope not.
You won it?
He's going to win it.
Okay.
There we go. That guy's going to win it.
You won the camera? All right. Well, anyway, we've got...
No, it's not free. Excuse me.
It's on aisle 7. Never mind.
We're getting our own question and answer portion of the show right here.
Where do you keep the little Debbies?
And now we've got
Aisle
Mike Netter
7.
doing security.
All right, it is 12:29. That means it's time for headlines. It's 12:33 on the John Phillips Show on this Jimmy Buffett Friday, Talk Radio 790 KABC. And Randy, we're at the Gelsons in Century City.
That's right. We are broadcasting live all day from noon to 3 at the Gelsons in Century City at the Westfield Shopping Center right on Santa Monica Boulevard in Century Park West. Come in, park in the structure, and hang out with us. We've got the whole wine bar open. They're serving lunch. They're serving drinks, $2 off tastings. We're having a great time with the crowd here, meeting a whole bunch of people from different parts of Southern California. I just met a guy from Tarzana that lives right next to the place where this drop was born.
I know.
This is a beautiful establishment. Of course, you know, you've been hearing me talk about how much I'm a huge fan of Gelsons and all 27 of their premium locations. Oh, wait, 28 locations, because coming next month, they're opening a brand new store with a massive wine bar in West L.A. that's going to be on Olympic and Bundy. So look out for that. That's going to be great. Maybe we'll do a broadcast from there as well. But you know you're getting quality food here, whether you're having lunch here at the wine bar or you're getting some food to bring back to the fridge. I'm a huge fan of Gelsons. Get an avocado while you're at it.
Now, Randy, I don't know which morning show you watched this morning, but I watched one on my television. I watched one of the business networks, and it has me very concerned.
Oh, no. What happened?
Yeah. According to CNBC, the United Auto Workers are now on strike. They are now demanding a 40% hourly wage increase, a 4-day work week, and the average auto worker would end up making $300,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
And I thought to myself, well, yeah, no kidding. I thought to myself, this strike can't go on that long. We've seen some strikes last forever. But if this strike goes on and there are no new American cars that are coming off the factory line, then what am I going to drive? Because I've been loyal to Ford my entire adult life, and I don't know what I would do if I got in a car and I didn't see the check engine light on.
If UAW wants to settle this strike quickly and they want to get everything that they deserve, what they need to do is hire Cecily Meyer-Cruz.
We demand higher pay.
Oh, the car companies would roll over immediately.
She is, if you're in a union, you want her running your union because she is going to make sure that everything you want and more comes to you.
Get that money.
And it's not just the auto workers, too. Our union is on strike, Randy.
That's right. SAG-AFTRA is in, I think we're about to start month number 3 of the strike. The writers have been on strike since, well, actually, do you know how long it's been since the writers have been on strike, John?
Oh, it's been a while. Which month was that?
I believe the writers went on strike back in the month of
May.
You know what? I think you're right.
And at that time, we were sure it wasn't going to last long. I think the longest people thought that strike was going to last was maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. At the very most, that strike was going to last about
5 weeks.
But it's been almost 5 months now.
That's very true. And because we're members of the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, which merged with the Screen Actors Guild, whenever there's anything going on with our union related to a strike, we get a call from our union president, as you would in any union that you belong to. Now, in our particular case, our president happens to be the nanny, Fran Drescher. So, the same way you get the robocalls from candidates who are running for various political offices, we get calls from Fran Drescher that start at 5 in the morning.
But when she first got elected, pre-strike, there were very soft-spoken calls. Hi, it's Fran Drescher from SAG-AFTRA. I want to make sure you vote in the next election. Now we've got a different Fran Drescher, the one that's on the front lines.
You have to wake up and smell the coffee.
She can get very upset when she's out there on that picket line. She's a very passionate woman.
I cannot believe it, quite frankly.
Well, and apparently she was calling out the studio executives yesterday who hired a PR firm because they look so bad in this strike.
Well, I just got a call from her this morning. She wants us to vote to authorize another strike. I guess now it's the video game people that want to go on strike. Did you see that?
They want a fair deal, too.
And there was nothing there. It was insulting.
Now, which one's going to be on the picket line, Mario or Luigi?
Probably both of them.
Show some solidarity out there.
It's hot strike summer. There are so many different organizations that want a better deal than they're getting. They're seeing CEOs that are making 150, 200 times what they're making. Mary Barra of GM had to go on TV and defend the fact that she got a 30% raise over the last 4 years, and the GM workers are asking for just that.
Well, and we're sitting here in Century City, which, as one of the individuals who was here in the broadcast told me, it's called Century City because it was named after 20th Century Fox because this is where their lot was.
I did not know that. Something we learned today.
That's right. And a lot of people who work in the industry work in this part of town. And what I don't understand, I don't know if you saw this, but Drew Barrymore, who does a talk show in the middle of the day on television, announced that she's going back to work.
They're calling her a scab.
They're calling her a scab. They are lighting her up on social media. Same thing with Bill Maher. Bill Maher had been on hiatus through the duration of the strike, and now Bill Maher says he's coming back, and he's going to start making new editions of his program because the below-the-line people aren't getting paid, and he wants to take care of them.
So he's not doing what the other late-night hosts are doing and paying them out of his own pocket?
Of course not. But here's what I don't understand. The haters are out for Drew Barrymore. The haters are out for Bill Maher. But there are other shows that are still in production that haven't missed a beat, and no one cares about that. Why is no one giving the ladies on The View a hard time?
Well, if you've watched it, you can tell they do not have any guild writers on that show. You cannot get a professional to create that kind of chaos.
And you're trying to screw us as if you're like a land baron of feudal medieval times, and we're your serfs. You know, it's like, wake up and smell the coffee. The jig is up.
I love her.
You know, the unions used to have people like Jimmy Hoffa, people who could really make you sweat. And now we've got the nanny.
You know what? I think she's doing it. I think if it wasn't her, we might have folded by now. But she's still out there. She's still going strong.
Now, here is the pickle that a lot of these people are involved with right now. If you're a member of the Writers Guild, you are not supposed to write at all. And if you write, then you're violating the strike and you're violating the rules of the union. Whoopi Goldberg is a member of the Writers Guild, as is Drew Barrymore. Bill Maher is not. Bill Maher has announced that he won't have any segments that are written. They will just have the panel discussions that are unscripted.
So it's just like his podcast now.
Right. But the other shows, they still have writing involved. It's just that the writers aren't writing it. It's that Whoopi and the other members of The View are writing it, and so is Drew Barrymore. Well, according to the union, that's a violation of the rules.
Well, yeah. They're supposed to be in solidarity. They're not supposed to be using their professional writing services on a show. That's literally what the strike is about.
That's right. And if there's anything they should have learned from LAUSD, it's any reason not to work is a reason you can embrace.
How much longer is this thing going to go on?
I don't know. But if we keep watching reruns of Judge Judy, something's got to give. They got to start making new shows. And, you know, these shows, they make a new show, and then they're in the pipeline for a long time before you start binge-watching it on Netflix. So the shows that we're watching now were put in the can a long time ago. Television is really going to suck about 8 months from now.
Well, you're already seeing how much is just nothing but reality. There are 17 different versions of Love Island, and I watch all of them.
Yeah. If we get that desperate for entertainment, they're going to have to let the Chrisleys out of prison.
They just got their sentence reduced, and I think that's the reason.
Yes. And I saw breaking news yesterday that the daughter of the Chrisleys, Savannah Chrisley, is now dating a former NFL player who was the victim of a murder for hire.
Now that sounds like a reality show.
That's right. Someone's looking for a spinoff. All right, Randy, we're broadcasting live from the Gelsons in Century City, and we're going to be here till 3.
That's right. Come on down. The sun just came out. It is beautiful here today in Century City, Santa Monica Boulevard and Century Park West. That's how you get into the Westfield Shopping Center. And you, no, thank you. And you come on down. We're here at the wine bar. We drink straight booze. No mixers for us. But come on down, get a tasting. I see someone drinking a beautiful white right there in the back. They've got some great Pinot Noir on tap that I love, like Foxen or Brewer Clifton. They've got some great cabs, like My Favorite Neighbor or Gurgich, great one up in Napa. They've got beer as well, Grapefruit Sculpin. Tastings are $2 off. Have lunch. The burger's supposed to be incredible. Many people have told me that. I will be getting it at 3:01 because I have a rule I don't eat before the show. But after the show, all bets are off. Come on down, hang out with us. We'll take some pictures as soon as we don't have a live read in one of these breaks. And we will have a great time on this Jimmy Buffett Friday at the Gelsons in Century City. We're here till 3, so if you're in the area, come on down. If you're at work, tell them you have to go home and come on down.
It's 12:44. That means it's 12:49 on the John Phillips Show, Talk Radio 790 KABC. Broadcasting live from the Gelsons in Century City.
We are here noon to 3 today, so make sure you come on down and say hi. We are having a great day meeting a whole bunch of KABC listeners, KABC callers, and random people that have no idea what we're doing here at Gelsons. But we're here broadcasting live, and we're so excited to be here. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock, so come on down. Traffic's pretty light right now. Century City, the Westfield Shopping Center, Santa Monica Boulevard and Century Park West. You park in the structure on Century Park West, and we're right here at the Gelsons Wine Bar. Come on down and have lunch. Grab a tasting. Maybe get a Foxen Pinot Noir. Maybe get a Ballast Point Grapefruit Sculpin. If you're a beer guy, there's some great stuff here. You got $2 off of flights and tastings. I think it's $2 off of sandwiches right now. have lunch with us, and hang out while we enjoy this beautiful Jimmy Buffett Friday.
And look who's here. It's Fox 11's Marla Tejas.
That's right. That's Fox 11's Marla Tejas, who broke major news this week, John, because she was the one to announce that Alex Villanueva is running against Janice Hahn in this upcoming election. And in fact, that election has its own theme song now.
That's your final warning. Your final warning.
But you know, Randy, she is not the only local politician who has a history in the music industry.
Oh, there are several. There are a lot of them, and we've been featuring them on this show. It's thanks to this audience. The people that email us at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com, they're the ones that discover all of these incredible things that we didn't know about people before they got into the careers that they're in. The stars that used to work in movies, they used to work in film, they used to work in music, and then they moved on to politics. Is there anyone you'd like to hear specifically, John?
Well, as I think about it, didn't Cecily Myart Cruz have a long history in the music industry before she got into organized labor?
Why, yes, she did. In fact, the first discovery we ever made, and this is about a year ago, is that Cecily Myart Cruz, for a while, was being tried out for the boy band NSYNC.
And people think that Arnold Schwarzenegger is the only politician that started out in the entertainment industry.
There are a lot of incredibly talented people who moved on into politics. That's just how it is here in Southern California.
And you know, Randy, since VH1 and MTV no longer play music, it's up to you and me.
That's right. And it's not just Cecily Myart Cruz. I mean, even our public health director, Barbara Ferrer, at one point, she worked out with the Beatles.
She loves you. Yeah.
I want to give a huge shout out to our engineer, Matt, who brought a laptop for me to play with.
It's 12:57 on this Jimmy Buffett Friday on the John Phillips Show, Talk Radio 790 KABC. And Randy, this first hour just absolutely flew by.
And the drinks are already starting to flow as well. I'm seeing a lot of beer and a lot of wine in this audience. Good for you. You're enjoying yourselves. As soon as we're off the clock, we'll join you.
Someone over there was eating some sushi.
Good for them. There's a whole sushi bar attached to the wine bar here. I hear the sushi's Gelsons sushi is always fantastic, but I've never seen an actual sushi bar inside of Gelsons. This is the hot spot of the Westfield Century City Shopping Center. So come on down to the Gelsons in Century City at the Westfield Century City Shopping Center. Santa Monica Boulevard in Century Park West. We're here till 3 o'clock. We're having a great time at the wine bar. $2 off tastings for beer or wine. They've got a great menu, poke nachos. The burger is world famous, which means you got to try it. We're going to be here until 3 o'clock, so please come on down and say hi. There are so many incredible people that have come out. We're about to talk to Marla Tejas and Alex Michelson of Fox 11 who came on down to see us. It's not just because they're right down the street.
Now, I see Mike Netter from the recall campaign of Gavin Newsom over there having sushi.
Yes.
Now, Mike, I thought you had better taste than that. What are you doing with low-sodium soy sauce? Extra sodium.
That's right. Pour on the MSG.
All right, we've got 2 more hours coming up live right here from the Gelsons in Century City. It's John Phillips and Randy Wang here until 3 right here on Talk Radio 790 KABC.